What's hello, hello. What's up, guys? This is AJ, and in this current lecture series, we are discussing about Indian polity. In this current lecture, we will discuss about the Union Public Service Commission, which we all want to join. Okay. So, first thing first is that Union Public Service Commission is a constitutional body, means that you will find the reference of Union Public Service Commission in the constitution. You will find an article which will deal with the composition or functioning of the Union Public Service Commission. So that's why we called it as a constitutional body. Okay. Then the article number 315 to 323 deals with the functioning and power and role of the Union Public Service Commission. Okay. So then it consists of generally 10 to 11 members. Okay. So one of them will be the chairman and others will be normal member. Okay. These members are appointed by the president. Okay. Then half of the members should have hold any government office for at least 10 years. Okay. So half members means like up to 5 members or 6 members must have work experience in a government office for minimum 10 years. Okay. So this is the requirement for to become the member of Union Public Service Commission. Okay. Then the chairman's tenure is 6 year or 65 age, whichever comes earlier. Okay. So as we have discussed this earlier, but I want to repeat it again that if you see the tenure of the Supreme Court judge, the Chief Justice of India, then you will find that there is no fixed tenure of Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of India. Okay. Why? Because he can serve as a Supreme Court judge for maximum of his age, that is 65 age. Okay. So that means that he can hold the office for 8 years and 7 years. Consider if a person becomes the Chief Justice of India at the age of 55, then he can hold the office for 10 years. Okay. So until the completion of 65 years. This is the difference between the any other chairman or supreme person in a particular constitutional body and with Chief Justice of India. Like we can see here that if a person becomes chairman of the Public Service Commission at the age of 55, okay, so at max he can hold that office for 6 years. That means until the completion of 61 years. So whenever he completes the 61 years of age, then he will be disqualified as a chairman. But this is not the case with the Chief Justice of India. Okay. Or any other Supreme Court judges. Okay. Then removal. See, president can appoint them as well as president can remove them, but he has to follow certain rules that if some terms are violated by the chairman or by the members, then and then only president remove them. See, there is no procedure of impeachment in the case of chairman or any other member of Union Public Service Commission. Okay. Then what are these rules? Number one is that if the member gets bankrupt, then president can remove him, or chairman gets bankrupt, then also president can remove him. Then if he founds in any other employment outside okay. So this is second condition for the removal of person, member or chairperson. Okay. Then see, if he has a mental illness or he became has an accident, and so he may be unable to be serve as a chairperson of a Union Public Service Commission. At that time also president can remove him if he unfit if he be uh, found that he is unfit for the job, then in case of any misbehavior, uh, if the president finds that a member or a chairperson is misbehaving, then he can refer this case to the Supreme Court. At that time, Supreme Court will judge the behavior of the person. If the Supreme Court finds it's guilty, then whatever will be the advice of the Supreme Court will be bound on a uh, president. He has to follow that advice. Okay, so if the Supreme Court says that he's not misbehaving, then president has to accept that, and he has to let him continue his duties in a Union Public Service Commission. Then what is the independence factor in Union Public Service Commission? See, constitutional bodies most of the time they get independence, they autonomy they get, means what, they have certain type of freedom in their work. Okay, so in this case also we will find some independence in a Union Public Service Commission, like to remove the member or the chairperson of the Union Public Service Commission, president has to follow these rules. Okay, outside that rule, if something is happening, the president can't do anything about that. Okay, then the salaries of these members and staff of these members are charged on the consolidated fund of India, so you can't change them, which will result in adverse effect on them. Okay, so meaning is that we can change salaries and allowances of the members and chairpersons, but they must have a positive effects on them. They must now have any disadvantage to them. Okay, so this is the independence they get. Okay, then chairman is not allowed for further service or no reappointment. Okay, so after we have to see this point very carefully, because if the member is a chair, consider a case where a person is a chairperson of a state public service commission. Okay, at that time he is eligible for to become a chairperson of the Union Public Service Commission. Okay, he is eligible for appointment in a Union Public Service Commission. At that time, when if that person becomes a chairperson of Union Public Service Commission and he completes his tenure, then he will not be able to hold this office further or any other office. So he can't become a member of the Union Public Service Commission, as well as he can't become chairperson of the State Public Service Commission. This is the difference. See, what is the difference? Again, I will tell you that a chairperson of a State Public Service Commission can become the chairperson of Union Public Service Commission, but chairperson of Union Public Service Commission can't become the chairperson of State Public Service Commission or member of State Public Service Commission. Okay, then but this is not the case with the member of the Union Public Service Commission. See, the member of Union Public Service Commission can become chairman of the Public Service Commission of the center, that is Union Public Service Commission, but and also he is eligible to become the chairperson of State Public Service Commission. Okay, so this is the difference. Then what are the functions of the Union Public Service Commission? See, it conducts the All India Service Examination. See, creating the papers, taking the tests, announcing its results, deciding the criteria to pass. These are the functions are done by the Union Public Service Commission. It even the state can ask for joint public service commission or joint recruitment event. At that time, the Union Public Service Commission will held the joint recruitment event. Okay, then if the governor ask for request the Union Public Service Commission, and this request gets approved by the president at that time also Union Public Service Commission will fulfill the job. Okay, then what will be the principles to be followed in the further promotion of the selected candidates, that also be decided by the Union Public Service Commission. Then in this regard, whatever will be the disciplinary matters, they will be decided by the Union Public Service Commission, like if the person found guilty or found misbehaving in a examination center, then what course of action should be taken is decided by the Union Public Service Commission. Then there are many other things that you must know regarding power of UPSC, but you can't exclude them from the study of pre-examination. Okay, so these are not necessary. You will not find any question about this. What you will find questions about the simple thing is that who can become the chairperson of UPSC, or whether he is eligible for further appointment, whether he is eligible for reappointment. So these types of question you will find in a pre-examination. So but then there are various other functions done by the UPSC. If you want to know these things, then you can read the Lakshmikant book, and obviously you will desire to know about more about the UPSC, because ultimately your goal is to be in that institution. Okay, so again, what is the role of UPSC? That it is the watchdog of merit system in India. See, this is the important statement, you have to remember it. Okay, so I will ask one question, who is the balancing wheel of federal structure in India? At that time you will give answer that Finance Commission. See, such a statement are very important in a any objective type examination which has a polity in it. Okay, so then what it does again is cadre management, salaries and training of officers selected by the Union Public Service Commission does not fall under the purview of UPSC. Okay, so UPSC is not concerned with the salaries and their cadre management and then their training. Okay, so who is responsible for them? Department of Personnel and Training is responsible for the further nourishment of the officers, we can say. Okay, and this department falls under the Ministry of Personnel. Okay, then it is a central recruitment agency. So anything we have to competitive examination created by the central government are under the Union Public Service Commission, and various other posts. If anything anything is there is a post in a central government that must be fulfilled. Okay, so this post, to fulfill this post, they have to follow certain procedure, and this procedure is under the Union Public Service Commission. So then that's why we called it as a central recruitment agency. Through this and this only agency only, you will be recruited in a central as an employee. Okay, and then again there is a fight with the Central Vigilance Commission. This fight is not necessary to mention, but if you want to know then more about this, you can read the Lakshmikant book. Okay, so that's it. Thanks guys for watching this video, and I will meet you guys in next video. Peace.